I thought this year was supposed to be better! What's up, everybody? If this is your first time here, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Zach, but you all can call me the TN Fanatic. On this channel, I post reactions to my favorite teams' games. And yes, the Tennessee Titans are one of those teams. So you know I'm not a bandwagoner. I'll be reacting to every single game that the Titans play this season. And what a piece of garbage we got to start off right here. Titans lose to the Broncos. In the season opener, we lose 20-12. Let's go back to last year for just one moment. Last year sucked. Every Titans fan knows that. I know that. It was tough to endure sitting, watching my TV, and watching Will Levis, Mr. Mayonnaise, make the most ridiculous throws in the history of the world and somehow not throw my hat and my jersey, Jeff Simmons, I love you, bro. Please don't leave. Into the fire and just let it burn. Amazingly enough, there was something to be proud of if you were a Titans fan last year, and that was the defense. Denard Wilson, he did his job. Absolutely. Last year, we were second in passing defense and total defense in the entire NFL. I know, it's crazy, but it is true. So, our problems last year were on the offensive side. And we did take a swing during the offseason to clean that up. We signed offensive linemen, that's Kevin Zeitler and Dan Moore Jr. We also got some wide receivers. We got Van Jefferson and Tyler Lockett. And of course, since we sucked so bad last year, we got the first overall pick in the NFL draft. We drafted, who else? Cam Ward from the University of Miami. Let me just say, in this day and age, a quarterback that goes first overall in a draft gets talked about a lot. A lot. Where was Cam Ward's flowers? Where were they? I was watching the ESPN broadcast, which was a mistake, but Cam Ward got drafted, right? And they didn't even show his interview. They were showing Shedeur Sanders highlights while Cam Ward was crying during his interview. It was the biggest moment of his life. He gets drafted by the Titans, and you don't even show it. ESPN, step y'all's game up, my goodness. And just all during this offseason, no one talked about Cam Ward, I feel like. I mean, when it was Caleb Williams, just everyone was talking about him. Everybody was praising him even before he stepped onto the football field. I just had to say that. I am hoping, I'm praying that, Cam Ward, even though we have no primetime games, no one's going to see him on primetime for some reason. Again, it's the Titans bias, but I am hoping that Cam, he proves everybody wrong. Everyone that doubted him, I want him to prove the naysayers wrong. And in this first game, I think he did a very good job. All right, so first quarter. First ever drive for Cam Ward as a Tennessee Titan in the regular season. It's a pretty good one. 7 plays, 33 yards. Big highlight on 3rd and 10 at the 35. Cam Ward, he looks like he's sacked, right? Like the Broncos have him. He's dead to rights, but Cam, he gets out of it. He throws a little sidearm to Pollard, and he takes that baby 29 yards down the field. I'm loving that. I love to see that. It was a good opening drive. It could have been better, but here comes the refs, and their bias against the Tennessee Titans is kicking off already on our very first drive. That catch by Helm, that should have counted. But, hey, we take the 3 points, and the Broncos look pretty good, too, on their first drive. Bo, he was driving them down. He was 4 for 4, but I think clock management, it really got the better of him on that first drive. And then next on 3rd and 15, he's trying to get the ball to Batty. It was incomplete. Jeffrey Simmons in on the tackle right there, and that would not be the last that we saw from my dude, Jeffrey Simmons, in this game. Second quarter, we're tied at 3, baby. 2nd and 9 at the Denver 48, baby. Jeffrey Simmons, he comes in again. He hits Bo. He gets him down to the ground. Ball is out, and the Titans recover. So we take that the other way. 8 plays, 23 yards. Couldn't get into the end zone, but Sly, he gets the field goal. We retake the lead. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention this. We were at the 3-yard line. The 3-yard line. How do we not punch this in with Pollard? How do we not do that? Cam Ward got sacked on that 3rd down. Jeez, that blows. And this is what really bums me out is that, we played fine, I feel like, in this first half. But those last 2 minutes were grueling to watch. Firstly, our final drive of the first half was absolutely horrendous. Brian, we got you because you have an offensive mindset. You should know better than this. We can run the ball down. Tony Pollard, he had some great runs on our last scoring drive. Yet somehow we choose to pass the ball 3 times in a row. Cam Ward was almost sacked in the end zone for a safety. Why are we throwing? Why are we throwing it? Why, Brian? Why? Only 20 seconds came off of the play clock. 20 seconds! Then, here it is right here. Firstly, Brownlee gets called for defensive pass interference. What happened to let the boys play, huh? Just let him play. Let Brownlee play. Yes, he is a young kid, and he did make some mistakes in this game. I will own that, but come on, that's all ball right there. And then here it is, 1st and 10, Bo Nix heaves it up there for Cortland Sutton. That's a touchdown. I mean, thank goodness for DK right here, returning a 71-yard kickoff return, taking that thing all the way down there for Sly to make a 42-yarder. All right, so 3rd quarter, 2nd and 4 at the Denver 29, 14-16 in the 3rd. We're just starting the 3rd quarter, folks. Bo Nix, he is looking for Franklin. It is intercepted by Xavier Woods. Jeffrey Simmons once again getting in on the sack action, baby. So we turn that into a field goal. Denver responds by having a 13-play, 48-yard drive. Over 7 minutes of clock was taken off. But Titans defense, once again, keeping us above water. Denard Wilson, thank you for that. We hold Denver to 3, and it's still a 1-point game. But here it is. The 4th quarter. Like many last year, as a Titans fan, it was emotionally draining. Jeez, I'm already starting to lose my voice. Here's what I will say. In this 4th quarter, I thought Cam, he really looked poised. He really looked like he was reading the field very nicely. He was rolling out, making all these throws, and that connection to Ridley, I thought at first, he had me fooled. I thought at first, here it is, right? Cam Ward to Calvin Ridley. It's happening, baby. Oh, was I so wrong. So that 3rd down catch by Calvin, he was so close to that 1st down marker. It does not count. We have to punt. But Mims for Denver, he muffs the punt. Ball is on the ground, and the Titans have it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is it. This is where we go into the end zone. But Cam Ward, God bless him, he's not going to be able to make all these amazing throws that he can make if our O-line does not block for him. 2nd down, he gets sacked by Ellis or Elias, whatever your name is, dude. 3rd down, he gets sacked by Allen. We lost 27 yards on 2 downs because our O-linemen cannot block nobody to save their lives. And then here comes Denver's run game. 1st down, RJ Harvey, the UCF rookie. He has a 50-yard run. And then 1st and 10 at the 19. J.K. Dobbins, he has a 19-yard run into the end zone. Amazingly enough, it's still a 1-score game. We still have a chance. Despite all the crap that happened in this game, we still have a chance. Cam Ward, he can still drive us down there and possibly get us a touchdown for the first time this season. But now our receivers got the butterfingers. They can't catch a ball. With just over a minute left in the game, so now I'm thinking, okay, this is it. This is it. We have to do it. Our guys are going to step up. I mean, that's what they're paid to do. Catch footballs and run. But once again, Calvin Ridley slipped right out of his hands. Just grab that thing, bro. Bring that thing in. Come down with it. I don't care what you got to do, but do it. I did not think I was going to crash out this early. I really did not. And if that's what y'all came for, at least y'all were entertained. I'm glad I can do that for you. But this sucks. So, yeah, fast forward and then, here we go. What a way to end it, right? Cam Ward, he gets sacked. The poor guy. Ball gets out. Barron recovers it. And that's Curtis. Denver, who, I know they have a great defense. Cam Ward, he still did everything he could. He really did. I thought he had a very good showing in his debut. Once again, though, like it takes a whole team. It really does. I was feeling it. We still had a shot. We had many shots to win this game. Our defense, they set us up just so nicely on so many drives. We could have done this. Bo Nix, let's talk about Bo. He had 1 touchdown, 2 picks, and there was that fumble in there. You play anybody else, I don't think that you get that done. Not based on the fact that we were all over Bo. If the refs were just stop calling the penalties on us and let us play ball, let Brownlee do what he's born to do. Be a physical corner. Let him do that. Was anything called on Surtain in this game? Oh, no. You know why? Because he's the reigning defensive player of the year. I heard J.J. Watt talk about that like 2,000 times as I was watching this. The reigning defensive player of the year, Patrick Surtain out of Alabama, making all kinds of amazing plays. Where were all the flags on him? Where was it? I really thought that, this is a new year. This is supposed to be a fresh start. It's not. Brian has to know better. Firstly, he has to know when to challenge a play and a catch. Secondly, he has to know if we have an opportunity to run the ball down toward the end of the half, we have to do that. We have to. If we run that ball down, we'll run it 3 straight times. Who knows? Pollard could have gotten a first down. Who knows? We'll never know, but who knows? If we just ran some clock down, Bo Nix, he could have did what he did many times in this game, and that's panic and make a crazy throw, and then we pick it off, and then who knows what would happen there? But we don't, because Brian Callahan darn it, Brian! And Calvin Ridley, you're better than this, dude. You're better. You got to make those catches, my man. You got to. And by the way, where was Tyler Lockett in this game? Where was he? Where was he? I saw him on the field. He was there. I don't think he got any targets in this game. I don't think I heard his name once. I mean, he's out there. We might as well use him. I know that this is week 1 and there's a lot of football left to be played, but we gotta do better. We have to improve. Unfortunately, the NFL schedule makers, they did us pretty dirty because now we gotta go back home and play the Rams. Matthew Stafford, experienced as he is, and with the refs, unfortunately, not letting Brownlee or any of our other corners just do what they do on the field and just play ball, could be a rough day in the office, especially if our offense does not get going and finish drives in the end zone. If we could just give Cam Ward just a little bit more time to make the throws that he can make, and if our receivers would just catch them, there might be a chance that we do a lot better than we did in this game, and maybe, just a maybe, beat the Rams. But fans, that is going to do it for this post-game reaction. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and you can join our Fanatic Army. And a honey salutes to all of you as always, and I hope that all of you have a fantastic day. Tighten up!